Welcome to Jack Hackman Field, about 10 minutes away from opening pitch. For the second of 3 games here on Zaleski Sports, we're getting ready for DC Everest and Hudson. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Conley. Everest fans, glad you're with us today, although I know many have made, the 45-minute drive over to Marshfield? If you're a Hudson fan and you found our Zaleski Sports feed, welcome in. The 2-hour drive is too long for you? Come on, guys. We'll give you our starting lineups and batting orders in just a moment. Our pregame coverage on Zaleski Sports is brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East. No matter what your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. The Evergreens have 11 losses, and that's a lot to be playing this late in the season. But the Evergreens have had kind of an injury-filled year. You speak with Coach Dave Langman. He says, in games where we've had our starting lineup intact, where we've had all 9 of our regular guys, we're 9-2 this season. And the Evergreens have won a couple of tight games to get here. They were victors 2-1 in their first round and then survived 3-2 to eliminate Chippewa Falls from the Big Rivers Conference where Hudson plays. Hudson finished first place in the Big Rivers, 21-4. And Hudson has a world-class athletic department. In fact, it's where Evergreen seasons have gone to die. Hudson knocked out the Everest football team in the first round of the playoffs and knocked out the Everest boys basketball team to end their winter sports season. Hudson will play as the home team today. They're in their dark blue with white numerals and white pants. Here's their batting order. Leading off in center field, that's Peyton Lawrence. The catcher, Hunter Carlson, will bat second. Landon Zulli is the second baseman. He'll bat third. Jake Busson, the shortstop, fourth. Braden Benzanson is the designated hitter who will hit in place of pitcher Ben Burkhoff. The DH, Benzanson, will bat fifth. Wyatt Gavin's in right field, sixth. First base is Eli Rambo, 7th. Eli Routhen is in left field, 8th, and Sam Abrahamson is in 9th. He'll play third base today. So for the home team, Hudson, Lawrence, Carlson, Zuili, Busson, Benzanson, Gavin, Rambo, Rathan, and Abrahamson. Here's the DC Everest batting order, and they are missing pitcher Nate Langman. Langman's been the best pitcher in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. His earned run average, 0.19. 73 strikeouts in the regular season, by far the best pitcher in the league. But he is injured. He left the Chippewa Falls game in the second inning and is available for DHing duties only. Here's the batting order for the Evergreens. Catcher Andrew Cotter will lead off. Colin Ebersold is the third baseman. He'll bat second. Kyler Soppe, shortstop, hits third. Preston Miller in center field, fourth. Nate Langman will DH, not able to play the field today. He will hit for pitcher Noah Shimoleski and will bat fifth. Oscar Latondras, who normally would not start, plays first base. He'll bat sixth. Jake Versamak is in right field, seventh. Logan George at second base will bat eighth, and Pearson McDonald in left field is batting ninth for the Evergreens. So for the visiting Evergreens, Cotter, Ebersold, Soppe, Miller, Langman, Latondras, Versamak, George, and McDonald. The Evergreens pitcher, Noah Shimoleski, who has a postseason appearance and a postseason win, will get the start tonight. The weather, assuming no rain, and we don't think we're going to have any rain, if anything, just a passing shower. The weather's not going to be a factor today. The wind is light, blowing from left to right. Our pregame coverage is brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services, locations on Church Street and Highway 10 East. No matter what your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. The winner will play Stevens Point around 4 o'clock today. Stevens Point defeated River Falls 5-2 in the earlier game, as archived already on Zaleski Sports. We'll be back to get today's second game underway when we come back after a quick break on Zaleski Sports.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison, North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
You know better. when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Welcome back to Marshfield, and we thank the Marshfield Tigers for hosting these sectional games. Winner at 4 o'clock today, Spash, and either Everest or Hudson gets a trip over to Appleton for state. Ben Burkhoff is a lefty, and I'll tell you this, the Evergreens have had trouble scoring runs all season. You just get the feeling that Everest is playing with a very small margin for error, and the Evergreens have had trouble against left-handed pitching all season. You know, even last year, Everest didn't have a lot of prolific hitters. I was joking with the coach. I said, do you have anyone coming up from JV who's going to help the cause next year? They said, if we had someone like that, they'd be playing varsity this year. So the Evergreens get here with 2-1 and 3-2 wins, and you get the feeling that if Everest is to advance, look, Hudson has scored a lot of runs. Postseason, they've got a double-digit win from earlier in the set. And the Evergreens are going to need, a 2-1, 1-0, 3-1 ball game. Just playing again, you think that Everest needs everything to go right to slide this one into the win column. Hudson, if you were consulting the guy who dresses like Caesar on TV, Hudson would be favored in today's game. Let's quickly set the Hudson defense before Andrew Cotter for the Evergreens gets his first pitch. Eli Ratham is in left, Peyton Lawrence is in center, Wyatt Gavin is in right. The infield, Sam Abrahamson is over at third. Jake Busson is the shortstop. Landon Zuli is at second base, and Eli Rambo's at first. The battery is Hunter Carlson catching, and Ben Burkhoff throws ball one to get us underway. Found the outside corner, 1-1. Again, lefty versus lefty matchup to start the game, so pitcher Burkhoff holds the cards in this spot. Hit sharply to short, couple of steps over, bobbled, loose in the infield. It's an error that gets Andrew Cotter aboard. Jake Busson had that go off the heel of his glove. Double check that our official scorer sees it the same way. Indeed, E6. And the Evergreens immediately call for a courtesy runner for their catcher. Cole O'Brien did some pitching down at the JV level, will courtesy run in this spot. And Colin Ebersol takes a long look down to the coaching box at third base. Ebersol, again, the Evergreens thinking runs are at a premium, may be asked to lay down the bunt here. Baseball is brought to you by Nicolay Bank, personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Or learn more at nicolaybank.com. Throw over to first, just a courtesy throw over. Auto select, if I'm in Stevens Point and get a flat tire, I'm going to expect a little something. Coming home inside, ball one. Underdogs would love to play from in front here. Got a runner on first who shouldn't be. Ebersol has not given away the bunt yet. The bunt is not on. Count evens at 1-1. Ebersol again with a long look down to third base. See if the thinking changes. 1-1 pitch. Squares to bunt. Bunt is off home plate and back. A ball and 2 strikes. I wonder if this late in the season there are some coaches who say, I'm going to let him hit away more. We see repeatedly, doesn't matter who the team is, doesn't matter the level of baseball, getting the sacrifice bunt down is not a sure thing. Heck, at the major leagues, managers call for the sacrifice. You've got big league ball players that can't get the bunt down. 1-2, so you're thinking Ebersol gets to swing away. Hit on the ground to short. Flip to second, there's one. Back to first. Got it, double play. 6-4-3. Just like that, shortstop Jake Busson atones for the error and a double play on one swing of the bat. Kyler Soppe to hit now. Ebersol does not run well, but he was getting down the line as fast as he could. Soppe bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Bends in for a strike. Again, the Evergreens facing Ben Burkhoff. He's a lefty with good velocity. That pitch had some movement. You saw it on our Zaleski Sports cameras. Down low, 1-1. So the hitting is just going to be tough duty today. Fouled back to the screen, a ball and 2 strikes. This field, the grass is playing on natural grass today, no turf. This field has always had kind of the high blades, kind of a slow infield. Called strike 3. Soppe is sat down. Turns out to be an inning where Burkhoff is not hurt by an error and faces the minimum. Half inning complete, Everest nothing. Hudson coming to bat on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
While Noah Shimoleski, the Everest senior, takes his warm-up pitches, here's the defense behind him. Pearson McDonald is in left, Preston Miller in center field, and Jake Versamak is in right. The Everest infield, Colin Ebersol, who normally would not be playing third base. That would normally be Nate Langbin's spot. Langbin DHing today. Kyler Soppe's the shortstop. Logan George is the second baseman. And Oscar Latondras plays at first. Latondras also would normally not start in this situation. Normally, Shimoleski would wind up playing first base. Instead, he's pitching today. So the Evergreens, who have been solid defensively in the postseason, kind of have the lineup shuffled a little bit. And again, you would expect Nate Langbin to be pitching today, not able to go because of injury. And obviously, you need a lot of pitching to get through a day like today. You've got to win this game and then the one after it if you want to make the trip to state. Peyton Lawrence to lead off, righty to righty. Again, Hudson's put the ball in play a lot all season. First ball swinging to third. Backhand stop by Ebersol and a nice play in the field. Boy, if Ebersol doesn't come up with that on the backhand side, that's down the line for extra bases.
Ground out to third brings up number 10, Hunter Carlson.
Yeah, no time like now to be playing your best baseball. I think that probably qualifies for the Evergreens. Again, kind of an injury-riddled season. 11 losses against 14 wins. Still good for second place in the Valley Conference. Hunter Carlson takes strike. And in the second game here, we'll play Spash. Spash now 25 wins and just one loss. That one loss given to them by the Evergreens, 5-3 over at Simon Field. Spash won them all before that, and has won them all since. Sidearm delivery is low. We're at a ball and a strike to Hunter Carlson, the Hudson catcher. I kind of wonder what the magic sauce is for Hudson. That's a really good athletic department. All of their teams are good. They play state-level football. Basketball team is solid. The school student body's not any bigger than Everest. Keeps that one outside, 2 balls and a strike. I remember when they redid the entire Hudson High School. I mean, they renovated the entire building. Didn't tear it down, but section by section, they did it in thirds. So each year you'd go over to Hudson for a game, they'd be working on a different part of the ballpark. Well hit center field. Couple of steps shy of the warning track is Preston Miller. He makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Yeah, there was one year you had to park the school bus at one part of the building. Then you had to walk through the part of the Hudson High School, through the classrooms, which were being renovated, before you get to the field house for the basketball game. But at Hudson, they've done things right, all the way in the western corner of the state. That's one of the nicest high schools in all of Wisconsin. Landon Zulli to hit with 2 outs and none on. Strike broke in on the outside corner. Baseball today is brought to you by Stone Innovations. Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen in just a week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, everything else you need for your kitchen. Stone Innovations takes care of it all, from fabrication, design, and installation. Swing and a miss, strike 2. For your next kitchen or bathroom product, look to Stone Innovations in Plover. Chmielewski's in the driver's spot here, 0-2. Coming home, checked his swing, did not go. Judged to be down low, a ball and 2 strikes. 3-man umpiring crew for these sectional games. Home plate umpire and down the first and third base lines. Coming home at 1-2. Bounced off the plate. Shortstop Soppy, big hop, crossed the diamond, close, got him by half a step. Noah Chmielewski with a 3-up, 3-down inning. 1 complete, no score. DC Everest and Hudson on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to Grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Welcome back to Jack Hackman Field. I'm Chris Conley. Scoreless first inning, and the top of the second is on. Preston Miller, Nate Langbin DHing today, and Oscar Latondras. Evergreen send 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order as Ben Burkhoff completes his warm-up throws. We thank our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes. Got to get there early on Saturday for breakfast. Merrill Iron and Steel, and the Jamie Schley American Family Insurance Agency. Here comes Preston Miller. Miller, an Everest senior, has had a nice senior year. I don't think the Evergreens thought him to be hitting in the number 4 spot when the year began. Moved himself into this spot in the lineup by hitting the ball. Takes strike 1 from Ben Burkhoff. Yeah, Burkhoff is a lefty with good velocity and everything seems to move. Tough duty at the plate. Checked his swing at called, strike 2. I would say after we complained about the weather last week, last week was too hot. It's comfortable today. Inside-out swing fouled off down the first base side. Coming home again at no balls and 2 strikes. And there, the Evergreens have a leadoff runner aboard again for a second inning in a row. Line drive over the shortstop's head, and Preston Miller's aboard. The freight train's whistle sounds at exactly the right moment. You know what? Jack Hackman Field checks a lot of the boxes for a good ballpark. We've got a factory look beyond left field, and we've got the train tracks just up the third base side. That's the making of a good ballpark, isn't it? Yes, sir. Nate Langbin to hit. Inside out swing, strike one. Again, Evergreens fans would have hoped against hope that Nate Langbin could pitch today. That's just not the chance. 0-1. Curve stays way out of the strike zone, 1-1. So that's the first time that Ben Burkhoff has tried to spot the local and was not particularly close. And you know what? If I've got that velocity, again, there's no one who can be geared for something that slow when you've got a guard against the fastball. Fouled off, a ball and 2 strikes. I think I'd stay with my best stuff. Evergreens have Preston Miller there at first base. Should I tell you my Binghamton Mets story? That's where Nate Langbin's father played, reached Double-A in the Eastern League. Binghamton, New York, Mets. That just missed. Almost dropped in for strike 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Binghamton Mets, when I was going to college in Syracuse, were a brand new team, about an hour and a half away. Built them a brand new ballpark called Nice Egg Stadium, New York State Electric and Gas. Of course, all ballparks these days got to have a corporate sponsor. Bounced off the plate. This will be a tough play. Backhanded, bobbled, everyone's safe. Hold up on the scoring. The Evergreens have 2 aboard with nobody out. Hold up on the story, too. That's an error on second baseman Landon Zulli. Kind of a tough chance. Bounced off the plate, had a runner crossing in front of him. Here's Oscar Latendresse to hit. Sophomore. A bat for the future. So the Binghamton Mets were going to play their first game ever in their brand new ballpark, and it poured rain all afternoon, and they were rained out. The next 2 days also had nothing but rain, so 3 days in a row that opening day at the new Binghamton, New York ballpark was rained out. On the 4th day, overcast, but they finally were able to remove the tarp, and thousands of worms had crawled up through the infield. There were worms, night crawlers like you'd go fishing with, all over the infield. The only game ever to be wormed out. Had to wait till a 5th try to get their game in. Ball and a strike. That was before Nate Langbin's dad, Greg Langbin, played there. Greg Langbin's got great stories of his time in Binghamton. Hit down the left field line. This is a long run. Trouble if it's fair. It is foul. Looked a little better off the bat than where it landed, on the other side of the chain-link fence and into the bullpen down the right field side. Counts a ball and 2 strikes on Oscar Latendresse. Evergreens are threatening. There's nobody out and a runner on first and second. One of the things, if you get a chance to know Greg Langbin, who's been one of the assistant coaches, he is head coach Dave Langbin's brother. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So that Greg Langbin has just the right touch for developing young ball players. I mean, what's one of the gifts of coaching? Knowing when to be hard and knowing when to be soft. Knowing when you've got to teach and when you've got to use the stick. Carrot or stick? Greg Langbin seems to know which one to use. Swing and a miss. Oscar Latendresse is the first out of the inning. Tough at bat because it doesn't advance the runners. Evergreens really needed a ball in play there to try and move those runners up another 90 feet. Here's Jake Versamak. Big strikeout for Ben Burkhoff. Strike 1. Yeah, when we have the home plate camera up, look at the movement on everything that Burkhoff throws. Looks like it's going to start outside, comes in right down the heart of the plate. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. By the way, Nice Egg Field in Binghamton, New York, the home of the wormed out game, also had all the stereotypes of a minor league railroad freight yard right behind the left field fence and a foundry in center field. Strike at the knees, a ball and 2 strikes. Burkhoff is going to be close to unhittable today if that pitch right at or just below the knees is going to be a strike. It was that time around. Coming home at 1-2, fouled off. You know, in a lot of these high school playoff games in Wisconsin, you have the debate, do you leave your best pitcher for the next game? And you really can't, because there is no next game if you don't win the first. So both of these teams go with best available here in this 1 o'clock game, trying to get to the 4 o'clock game, which will also be right here on Zaleski Sports. Big break, but stayed high, just above the letters, 2-2. Logan George awaits on deck for the Evergreens. Inside out swing and fouled off down the first base side. Over the equipment shed and into the parking lot. Just missed Mr. Conley's vehicle. Little close there, Jake. So Versimack has fouled off 2 pitches after getting to 2 strikes in this at-bat. Trying to advance the runners from first and second. Hit to the outfield, could bring one in. That hit him. No, he skipped out of the way, and the runners will advance. Wild pitch. Boy, Jake Versimack reacted like I thought that hit him. It did not. Goes back to the screen, and there the runners have now moved up. The count is full, and yes, it's early in the game. We're only in the top of the second, but here's a big moment early on. Get one out of the infield and bring in 2 runs. The count has filled up on Jake Versimack. This has been a pretty good at-bat. Coming home, and wasted another one. Versimack is going to see an 8th pitch in this sequence. Sometimes when the batter hangs tough, you get the feeling that the at-bat kind of shifts towards the hitter and away from the pitcher. See if that's the spot here for Versimack, hitting in the 7 hole for the Evergreens. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Pitcher won that battle. It's up to Logan George. Evergreens have put traffic on the bases in the first via an error, erased on a double play. A hit, an error, and a wild pitch put these runners at second and third right now for Logan George. Logan takes a big swing and a miss, strike 1. We're not looking for the 3-run homer here. We're looking for a hit to the outfield. Solid contact. Could give the Evergreens an early lead. Lays off down low, a ball and a strike. Whitetail Properties, for the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call Brian Roush with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals. Brian can tell you how to make them a reality. Here's the phone number, 715-213-4468. 715-213-4468 for Whitetail Properties. Catcher Hunter Carlson tried to frame that up on the outside corner. It was outside. A ball and a strike. Inside, 2-1. Home plate umpire indicating that we are at 3-1 here, that the scoreboard's missing a pitch. Down low, ball 4. Bases are full of Evergreens with 2 outs. Can Pearson McDonald cash him in? McDonald's a junior. Hits in the number 9 spot, and catcher Hunter Carlson will come out to talk it over with Ben Burkhoff. Carlson is taking the slowest walk back to home plate like it's one of those 90-degree days. Come on, Hunter. It's 10 degrees cooler than that. Here we go. Let's see if Ben Burkhoff can get himself off the hook. The 2 outs in the inning have both come via strikeout. Pitch to Pearson McDonald, inside corner. McDonald hopped back like he thought that was going to hit him. Preston Miller at third, Nate Langman at second, and Logan George at first. 2 outs in a scoreless top of the second. Coming home, hit past the first baseman, and the Evergreens will play from in front today. 1 run's in, they're going to try and score a second, throw is high. 2 runs come in, gets past the catcher, 3 runs will come in. On the backhand side, that was a playable ball for Eli Rambo, a tough hop though. I like that as a hit, but let's see if everyone's on board here. We'll wait for the official scoring. 3 runs come in for the Evergreens. There's an error on the throw from the outfield regardless. 3-0 Everest. On a ball, if we got a backhand pickup from Rambo, would have brought the inning to an end. 3-0. Pearson McDonald put the ball in play and good things will happen. Indeed, it's a hit and a throwing error that allowed the third of the 3 runs to come in. To the top of the order, Andrew Cotter. Outside for a ball. I think Eli Rambo will tell you that he should have had that. The throwing error is assessed on Wyatt Gavin. So if you're scoring at home, I don't know why we say that. No one is scoring at home, right? It's 2 RBI for Pearson McDonald, but no third. The third scores on the throwing error. Back at the plate, it's 2 balls and no strikes to Andrew Cotter. On the outside corner, 2-1. Cotter in the lefty versus lefty matchup. Could be a tough afternoon for Andrew Cotter in the leadoff spot for the Evergreens. A hit could bring in 1 more. Foul back. Think that caught the umpire on his shin guard. That's why you wear them, right? 2-2. I got a most unusual call earlier in the week from my youngest son, Joel Mario, who was cleaning out the garage at his mother's house. That was unusual all by itself. Joel Mario cleaning out the garage, doing housework. Breaks in, strike 3. Ben Burkhoff strikes out the side, but gives up 2 hits. Another run comes in on an error. Our new score at the end of 1.5. It's now DC Everest 3, Hudson 0 on Zaleski Sports.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Evergreens get 3 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. Only 1 of them is earned. One of those runners got on via an error by the second baseman. The third of the 3 runs came on a wild throw from left field. Over the catcher's head, allowed a 3rd run to come in. So Noah Shimoleski staked to a 3-0 lead as he faces 4, 5, and 6 in the Hudson order. My name's Chris Conley. Thanks for joining us. Tuesday afternoon baseball with bids to state on the line today. The winner here will play Spash in the 4 o'clock game, also on Zaleski Sports. So I was telling you in the last inning, my youngest son, clearing out the garage at his mom's house, has come across my old umpiring equipment. I used to umpire Little League and Babe Ruth games. Inside to Jake Busson, ball 1. And I have really good memories of umpiring Little League games in Laconia, New Hampshire, place where I first worked on the radio out of college. If you're going to be in the Northeast where it's expensive to live, New Hampshire is the cheapest state. No income tax in New Hampshire, so whatever you make, the state doesn't take anything. Outside corner strike, 1-1. So the apartment that I rented was right around the street from O-Pee-Chee Park where the Little League played, and that was a really well-run Little League. Soft fly ball caught at third base by Colin Ebersold. Actually bounced off the plate. Ebersold had to throw across the diamond. Got him. Closer play than I expected there at first. So Ebersold's got 2 good plays at third base. Here's Braden Bezanson. He's DHing for the pitcher. So I don't think I'm going to umpire anymore. Maybe I'll put that stuff on eBay, see if someone wants it. I've got all the good stuff. Got the inside chest protector. Got my own shin guards that were fit just for me. First ball swinging and through the right side. It's a hit. Not hit particularly hard. Bezanson found the hole there. Hudson's got their first base runner of the afternoon. What I remember of Little League umpiring, that our league was so well run that the district umpire training director was the head of our umpires there. So you got a lot. I was a better umpire when I was done in Laconia, New Hampshire than when I started. Little League is easy. The kids more or less do as you tell them. Once they get a year or 2 older and begin playing Babe Ruth baseball, then they're telling you, not as enjoyable. Wyatt Gavin takes ball 1. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans to leases, crop insurance, tax, and records, they have you covered. Ag Country, Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, Medford. Throw over to first. Bezanson's back safely. Shimoleski's coming home. Strike. 1-1. You know, you look at Shimoleski, there's a big difference in velocity. He doesn't throw as hard as his rival Ben Burkhoff. So Shimoleski's got to use a little of deception. It's got to be, he alters where he releases from. Some pitches are from behind the shoulder. Some are almost sidearm. Got to be a little deception here. Like this one, bounced off the plate. Throw to second, nope, bobbled, go across the diamond to first, safe. A moment of hesitation, and Colin Ebersold doesn't get an out. Ebersold kind of double-clutched when he thought about going to second. Should have been an out on that play, and there isn't. It scored an error. Eli Rambo to hit.
Gavin reaches on the air, and that brings up number 19, Eli Rambo.
There are 2 Rambos on the team, yes. Both seniors, I would assume twins. Elijah Rambo, batting now. Takes strike 1. And Ryan Rambo, senior infielder. I don't have any brothers. Must be a special experience to play varsity sports with your brother. Strike, bends over the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. So Noah Shimoleski should be at 2 outs. Instead, he's at only 1 because of the infield error. Got to shake that off and battle back. He's ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2. Tried to get him to chase outside. Rambo does not go for it. 1-2. Double play, pitcher's friend always, would end the inning here. And the Evergreens have their regular infield up the middle. Shortstop and second solid in the spot. Fouled back. We stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. I spy with my broadcaster's eye. Channel 9 and Channel 7 are both here shooting the highlights for the evening film. Both, I believe, have sister stations in Eau Claire, so they probably share for Hudson's home market. Although I bet if you live in Hudson, you probably get Minneapolis TV over there. Hit him. Bases are full. Dangerous spot here. The 3-0 lead seems a little precarious now as Eli Rantham comes up. Ratham's the left fielder. And senior catcher Andrew Cotter will call timeout. Everest coach Dave Langbin will make a walk to the mound too. This is not a bad time for a trip to the mound because in high school baseball you get to huddle up the entire infield. There's one out. Get to talk about, are we going home for the force out there? Get to set the infield alignment exactly the way you want it. Heartland Farms says no one knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms, with roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock, a fifth-generation potato and vegetable farm, producing many varieties of chipping potatoes and farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Bazansen's at third, Gavin's at second, and Rambo's at first. See what Eli Rantham can do in this spot. Swing and a miss. Took something off that. I guess what you hate about the hit batsman is that Chmielewski was ahead in the count. He was at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tough spot to give up a free pass. 0-1. Line drive to right field. Misjudged, and it's over Jace Versamac's head. This is going to be a hit all the way to the wall. It's going to bring in 2 runs, and they'll hold the tying run at third base. Again, we said earlier, it feels like the Evergreens are playing with very little margin for error. They've just let Hudson back in this game. Error, hit batsman, misplayed ball and right. 3-2. Still only 1 out. And you know what? On that line drive, that ball should have been caught. The Evergreens should be out of this inning. Got an error where the Evergreens couldn't get an out on a ball hit to the infield. And that one, there's the 2 outs that are not in evidence. Sam Abrahamson hits 9th in the order. Line drive to right. Versamac with another chance. He can't get it. Reaches out just beyond the reach of his glove. A lead-changing double to the wall. That's going to be a triple. 3 bases for Sam Abrahamson. Back-to-back extra base hits. Hudson leads 4-3. Three of the 4 runs are scored as earned, even though you and I know that the inning should be over. To the top of the order, Peyton Lawrence grounded out his first time. Yeah, I mean, the problem at high-level baseball, just think of baseball zen, if you will. Clear your mind for a moment. The game is made to get 3 outs in an inning. We're asking Noah Chmielewski to get 5 outs in this inning because of the error and the misplayed ball and right. Give the other team 4 or 5 runs, you're giving up runs. Looking to squeeze this run in. There'll be a play at the plate. They got him. Dead to rights at home plate. Unsuccessful squeeze. Bunted a little too much back to the pitcher, a little too easy for Chmielewski. Peyton Lawrence reaches first on a fielder's choice. Everest pitcher and catcher, Chmielewski and Cotter, cut down the run at the plate for out number 2. Hunter Carlson will hit. 2 outs and a man on first. Yeah, the Evergreens have helped Hudson in this inning. A 4-run bottom of the second. Both teams did not score in the first. Both teams put up crooked numbers in the second. Inside, ball one. Evergreens, particularly because they are not a pitching-rich team this year, have to worry about these long innings. Once you get past the starters, who do you have? Outside corner, strike one. So between these two teams, 7 runs across in the second inning. Two outs, 1-1 pitch. Hit him. And the inning continues. Second hit batter. Landon Zulli becomes the 9th Raider to bat in the inning. Courtesy runner coming out, Nick Hirsch, a sophomore.
Nick Hirsch, courtesy running at first. And at the plate, we have number 7, Landon Zulli.
Noah Shimoleski's mission in this spot is to get out of the inning without giving up any more runs. Evergreens looked like they were sitting pretty with a 3-0 lead. Hudson answers with 4 in their bottom half of the second inning. And Hudson in postseason has scored a lot of runs. Strike one. Big bender from Noah. That pitch looked like it started inside and swept all the way to the outside part of the plate. A lot of movement there. Oh, 1. Fouled off down the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes. Got to stop the bleeding here. Shimoleski's going to look to apply the tourniquet on this pitch. He's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Landon Zulli, who bounced out to short and was caught at first base on a close play first time up. 0-2. Swing and tipped. Held by the catcher, Nick Cotter. The inning comes to an end. Hudson sends 9 to the plate. They get 4 runs in on the benefit of just 3 hits. The Evergreens had a misplayed ball in right and another error. Our new score as we go to the top of the third. Now Hudson 4, DC Everest 3 on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
I see off to my right some of the River Falls baseball players have stuck around. They were eliminated earlier today, losing to Spash 5-1. Spash gets the winner of this game. Spash with a 25-1 record. Could play Hudson. If Hudson advances, they'd be 22-4. It's just not a lot of losses between them for a high school baseball season. Colin Ebersol to lead off the top of the third for the Evergreens. Takes a strike at the knees. Ebersold's got an error in that 4-run second. Nothing will be more heartbreaking than the regular season error that Colin Ebersold committed in the bottom of the 7th at Wisconsin Rapids. Evergreens were leading 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Ground ball to Ebersold should have ended the ball game. Got past him, went into the outfield, and Rapids brought 2 runs in. So went from the ball game being over on just 1 play to losing the ball game 2-1. Baseball will make you cry sometimes, won't it? Ebersol also has 2 nice plays. Backhanded put out in the first inning. Ebersol bounced into a double play his last time up, a ball and 2 strikes. Collins, a sophomore. Saw him play during the boys' basketball season. Tremendous outside shooter. Going to be one of the Evergreens basketball stars next winter. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. Got him. The last 4 Hudson outs have come via strikeout for Ben Burkhoff. Baseball is brought to you by Crystal Finishing Systems, a family-owned business hiring for their Weston and Mosinee locations. They have openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. Kyler Soppe caught looking his first time up, 0 for 1. Swings and misses there at a strike. If the Evergreens had more firepower in their batting lineup, they'd probably want Soppe as a leadoff hitter. Gets on base a lot, kind of a small strike zone. Inside corner, Soppe looked back like he can't believe it. Thought that was inside. Down, no balls, 2 strikes. Curve stays outside, 1-2. Tried that curve again. And, Ben Burkhoff, who has had good movement on all of his harder stuff, Burkhoff has not been able to spot that slow curve. That's always been outside and high so far today. 2-2, inside, 3-2. Of all the kids in the Everest lineup, you don't want to be giving up a walk or a free pass to Soppe. Soppe's got good speed, excellent base runner. Kind of guy who blink of an eye will be on second or third base. Swings and misses. He's a strikeout victim. 6 strikeouts against no walks for Ben Burkhoff. Beg your pardon, against 1 walk. Preston Miller singled, line drive to left center field his first time up. First pitch to Miller. Swings at it and fouls it away down the first base side. I see down the third base side beyond the Everest dugout. A lot of Everest fans have made the trip over to Marshfield. Good to see everybody. There's the curve that drops in for a strike for the first time today. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, if Burkhoff can spot that pitch, boy, batters will be guessing. Preston Miller seems to have a pretty good beat on Ben Burkhoff. Fouled that one away. Camping World in Rothschild, just off I-39, with a huge inventory of new and used RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, campers, plus service repairs and maintenance to keep your vacation getaway running smooth. Slow roller. Shortstop's got it. Going to have to hustle. Got him. Good play there by Jake Bussin. Preston Miller was running like he thought he had that beaten out. Treat yourself to memories that'll last a lifetime. Camping World off I-39 in Rothschild. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Hudson leading 4-3 on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebates, $70 rebates, up to $100 rebates on select tires. Going on now through May 31st.
Welcome back to Marshfield, where Hudson has a 1-run lead and is coming up in the bottom of the third. I'm Chris Conley. All the scoring in this one in the second inning. The Evergreens got 3 runs in, aided by some fielding mistakes. And then the Evergreens looked equally sour in the field in the bottom of the second inning. Misplayed ball in right. Over right fielder Jake Versamak's head. Got a couple of runs in. Back-to-back extra base hits, Eli Ratham and Seth Abrahamson. So Hudson's been productive down at the bottom part of their order. Jake Busson to lead off. He hits in the number 4 spot. Busson was the first batter to hit in that eventful second inning. Grounded out to third base. Looked like it was going to be a typical inning. Noah Chmielewski retired the first 4 Raiders that he faced. Then the wheels kind of came off. Strike 1. Again, since Chmielewski's not going to overpower you, you kind of wonder how will he do second or third time through the order as the other team sees him more. Well, that's to be determined. Down low, a ball and a strike. This is his second trip through the Hudson batting order. Again, 1-run game. If you're the Evergreens, you think, well, we're kind of living to fight another day. Hit up the middle, out of the reach of the pitcher, and into center field. Jake Busson starts off the third with a single. Chmielewski trying to reach across his body to get a glove on that, could not.
Busson single brings up number 16, Brady Bezanson.
Brady Bezanson singled in the 4-run second. Got the rally going for the Raiders with 1 out. Just outside, ball 1. Close. What you like about Hudson, Big Rivers Conference always has good teams, and it seems like one year someone from Eau Claire is good. Either Eau Claire North or Memorial. This year I think North was the better of the 2 teams, 1-1, but someone in Eau Claire is always playing good games. We go over to Carson Park, and that's always a tough afternoon of baseball. Chippewa Falls was good this year. So Hudson finishes at the top of the table in the Big Rivers. Again, in a conference that usually plays good baseball. 1-1 pitch. Misses way inside. 2-1 now. Coming set, coming home. Stays outside, 3 balls and a strike. Four runs on 4 hits. Hudson's committed 3 errors in the ballgame. Evergreen's 3 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error, but misplayed balls that were not scored errors have also figured into Hudson's 1-run lead. 3 balls and a strike, and that's outside. First 2 are aboard here in the 3rd inning. Everest has got to be careful. Stewart Optical says, check out Stewart Optical. Union Station, Wausau for your eye care and eyewear needs. They're open 5 days a week with amazing monthly specials and instant savings on contact lenses. Most insurance plans accepted. Schedule your exam now at Stewart Optical. Here's Wyatt Gavin. First ball swinging to the shortstop. Soppy flips to second, 1. There'll be no turn to first. Second baseman Logan George, momentum was moving away from the bag. Probably better not to throw. The Evergreens get an out on the ball put in play. Runners at the corners. Eli Rambo was hit by a pitch. Would come around to score in that second inning. Next couple of batters will be big for Noah Chmielewski. Evergreens play in at third, foul back, off the umpire's mask. The bell has been rung. Talked about the discovery of my umpiring equipment when I was doing Little League games. One of the first lessons that I learned from Mr. Bill Canning, umpire trainer for all of New Hampshire. said, young man, you're going to want to keep your head straight all the time when you're calling balls and strikes. Got all the protection in front of you, nose and eyes, but turn your head, you'll get one in your ear. That's been true over the years. And if you're working the plate in a Little League game, things move slow enough that you literally can turn your head and get hit in the side of your face. Umpires' masks are better now, have more of the cage that goes off to the left and to the right, more protection than you used to have. 0-1 pitch. Double steal on here. The Evergreens do not throw down. Yeah, Hudson was going to try and sneak that runner in from third. They'll let Wyatt Gavin take the base, which kind of magnifies this spot. A hit to the outfield could bring in 2. And after the double steal, the Evergreens bring the infield in. No balls and 2 strikes. Noah sure could help himself with a strikeout in this spot. Hit on the ground to third. The runner's going to be caught in a rundown between third and home. Tags him out. That's an out on the bases. And you know, when you have the lead, you're up by a run, you can be aggressive in that spot. Don't mind the runner breaking on contact there. It is the second run that the Evergreens have cut down at the plate in the game. 2 outs. Runners on first and third as Rambo reaches on the fielder's choice. Eli Ratham hit that double to right field that went over the head of Jake Versamak. It was misjudged. If Versamak played it correctly, had the right first step, would have been an out. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher. Runner will move from first to second. Yeah, Hudson had that double steal on again. Again, when you do these games, you try and find the key moments. I think this at-bat has become one of them. A hit could put Hudson up 6-3. An out would be the third out of the inning and would keep this a 1-run game. Big spot for Eli Ratham. Ground ball to third. Ebersol has it. Cross the diamond. Got him. No, it's dropped by the first baseman. Low throw off the glove of Oscar Latendresse, and a run comes in. Boy, another mistake that the Evergreens just can't afford. It's an error. I think because the throw was low, pulled the first baseman off, the throw is where the error is. 5-3. Again, on a play that should have ended the inning. Evergreens are giving away a lot. Still first and third. For Sam Abrahamson, a triple to right field his last time up. Foul back. And again, second inning in a row where Noah Shimoleski is being asked to get more than 3 outs. Can't play winning baseball that way. Hudson's already showed us they like the double steal with runners at first and third. It's close, just missed. Ball and a strike. Abrahamson's triple back in the second was a well-hit ball. Sliced away from right fielder Jake Versamak, got up against the wall. A ball and a strike with 2 outs here. That run that's come across in this inning is another unearned run. 3 of Hudson's 5 runs unearned in this game. Gentle breeze blowing through the press box. Feels good. Throw over to first, runners back. At Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, there's a lot of room in foul territory. If you throw over to first, better not be wild. In this spot, it would cost you another run and probably 2 bases on that runner you're trying to throw out. Maybe you want to focus on the batter here. Nope, throw over. Turned out to be a pleasant Tuesday afternoon. We will know the field for the trips over to Appleton once we're done today. Stevens Point. Winners earlier today. You see some of the Spash players are in the stands to our right now. Spash Hudson would be a good sectional final. Both 20-win teams this season. Here it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners going after all. Called strike, they throw down and they throw wildly. It'll cost the Evergreens a run. Throwing error on Andrew Cotter. 6-3. Cotter's throw down to second tailed towards the right field side, went into the outfield. Don't particularly like anything about that play. Evergreens on 2 other double steal looks decided not to throw through. That one they do throw through, and it's wild into the outfield. 6-3. Back at home plate, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sam Abrahamson with a runner at third base. That hit him. Hudson with all of this with the benefit of just 1 hit. Peyton Lawrence ground out and reached on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2 today. It's the top of the Hudson order hitting now.
Abrahamson's hit by a pitch, bringing up number 8, Peyton Lawrence.
First ball swinging and foul down the right field side. You know, Hudson in their team DNA just scores a lot of runs. And the Evergreens have been sloppy in the field, don't have their best pitcher available. This game almost feels like it could become a 10-run game. Again, you're hoping the Evergreens will get themselves straightened out. They do not throw down to second here. And there are 2 more in scoring position. With 2 outs and the count 1-1, you get the feeling a hit to the outfield kind of blows the lid off this game. It's already 6-3. Again, what's kind of frustrating for Everest, they just haven't played their best game so far. Sloppy in the field. 1-1 pitch. Down low. 2-1. A walk would load up the bases for the opposing catcher, Hunter Carlson. Carlson waits in the on-deck circle. Shin guards on. He'll shed them quickly if he gets a chance to hit here. On the outside corner, 2-2. Noah needs to shut this thing down here in the bottom of the third. Just feels like, even though just 2 runs have come across, Hudson's got a 7th batter up here after sending 9 to the plate in the last inning. It just kind of feels like Hudson's taking control of this game. Count's full. 1 pitch away from loading up the bases. Two outs. 3-2 pitch with runners on second and third. And it's a soft ball to second. George throws safe, and a run comes in. Took a high hop. George had to play it back instead of charging. I think that's an infield hit. 7-3. Yep, Peyton Lawrence gets credit for an infield hit. 7-3. Runners still at first and third. So the double steal is in order. If Hudson wants it. And Shimoleski got to 2 strikes. Not hard contact. Ball stayed in the infield. Evergreens do not throw down. And there are runners at second and third. Waiting on an 0-1 pitch outside, a ball and a strike. Baseball's brought to you by Fleet Farm. Sign up for Fleet Rewards. Get great deals sent straight to you. Plus, you'll earn points on every purchase in-store or online. Sign up now at fleetfarm.com. Everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Just missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Again, more errors in this inning. Evergreens have committed 3 so far in the game. Yeah, this inning should be over. 2-1, there's strike 2. Fundraise Local reminds you that every team needs to fundraise. Keep it local with Fundraise Local. Learn how your organization can raise money while keeping that money right here in our community. Visit fundraiselocal.com. Shop local. Fundraise local. Be local. 2-2 pitch coming. Foul down the third base side, out of play. Four runs in the second and 3 more here in the third inning. Puts Hudson up 7-3. That's 7 unanswered for the Raiders. And there's a line drive sinking, a hit to center field. 1 run, 2 runs will score. All of this coming with 2 outs. Hudson has broken this game open. 9-3. Yeah, after getting to 2 outs, a hit batter and 2 hits for Hudson. Two RBI for Hunter Carlson.
Carlson single brings in 2 runs and brings up number 7, Landon Zulli. Courtesy running at first is Versmack. Check that. Is Hirsch.
Got a courtesy runner coming out, Nick Hirsch. Evergreens coach Dave Langman makes a trip to the mound. Now a 5-run inning for Hudson, and they're about to send their 9th batter to the plate for a 2nd inning in a row. This has the look of a pitching change. And indeed it is. Noah Shimoleski, senior, comes off the mound for the final time. Teammates congratulating him. We'll set up the new Everest pitcher when we come back after this break. It's 9-3 Hudson. We're in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 outs when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
For years, our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Store Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
Left-handed pitcher Logan Cherick comes on in relief of Noah Shimoleski. Noah pitches 2 2/3 innings. He's allowed 9 runs. Only 4 of them are earned, and he is responsible for a runner at first base. Logan Sherrick Jr., the Evergreens probably think of him as their number 2 pitcher for next season, along with Nate Langbin, only able to DH today. Landon Zulli is the only person in the Hudson lineup who has not reached base safely so far in the game. Zulli has struck out and grounded out. First pitch from Logan Sherrick. Ground ball to third. Ebersol handles a tough hop and throw is wide, off the bag. That's a throwing error on Colin Ebersol. As we've said a couple of times, this inning should be over. It is not because of fielding mistakes. Here comes Jake Busson, as Hudson has batted around here in the third.
The air brings up number 3, Jake Busson.
3 errors in this inning. Inside, almost hit him. It did hit him. Bases are loaded. Braden Bezanson is scheduled to hit. So an error and a hit batsman. There was already a man on first, and the bases are full for Logan Sherrick. Tough beginning here. Lefty to lefty. Down low, ball 1. Fly ball to left field. Misjudged, coming in, making the catch is Pearson McDonald. The inning finally comes to an end. 11 come to the plate for Hudson. Evergreens committed 3 errors to prolong the inning and allow 5 runs. 3 complete. Our new score is Hudson 9, DC Everest 3 on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebates, $70 rebates, up to $100 rebates on select tires. Going on now through May 31st.
Everest fans know that I always try and take the positive view of things. Ben Burkhoff has been on the bench for a long time, waiting to go back onto the hill. Top of the 4th, the Evergreens find themselves trailing 6-0. Everest had a 3-0 lead in this game, and they gave it back way too quick. Here's Nate Langbin. Inside, ball 1. If the Evergreens don't have a big comeback in them, boy, does this bring to a close the spring sports season in the Everest Athletic Department? I believe it does. Girls soccer's already been eliminated. Softball fell to a number 1 seed up in Superior. Baseball's a couple of innings away from seeing their season come to an end. Big swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike. Sutton Transport of Weston is your local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and nationwide volume LTL services. Called strike 2. Rest assured of getting your freight to its destination safely and timely. Sutton Transport in Weston, fueled by 40 years of great service with a personal touch. Langman's waiting on a 2-2 pitch. Inside, 3-2. Fly ball to right. This is going to be in foul ground. There may be time to get under this and make a play. Nope, leaving his feet is Wyatt Gavin. Gavin will have some grass stains on the white Hudson across the front of his uniform. Evergreens need some base runners. Line drive, extra bases down the right field line. It's going to go into the corner. Langman's got at least a double. Yeah, the Evergreens can't afford outs on the bases. Langman gets the third hit of the afternoon for the Trees. He'll chug into second base and stay there. The long journey starts with a few steps, right? Evergreens are using a pinch hitter here. Caden Bangston will hit in the Oscar Latendresse spot. Latendresse, only a sophomore, struck out his first time against Ben Burkhoff. And the Evergreens, I think, saw enough of that and want to go with Bangston in this spot. Bangston's a junior. Latendresse is a sophomore. Curve in for a strike. Second time in a row that Burkhoff has thrown that big breaking ball, that midnight to 6 curve for a strike. Checked his swing, gets away from the catcher. Runner's going to advance. Pass ball. Off the heel of the catcher's glove. The Evergreens not trying to sneak that runner in, even though the ball went all the way back to the screen. Down by 6. Can't afford to give away outs. And Hudson, with the 6-run lead, can afford to play the infield back. So contact would bring in a run for the Evergreens. Sliced foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, put the bat on the ball in this spot. Curve, got him. That's a nasty pitch. Caden Bangston has struck out. Here's Jake Versamak.
Strikeout brings up number 4, Jake Versamak.
Versamak struck out his first time up. See if you can do a little more with Ben Burkhoff this at-bat. Curve again, stays outside. Yeah, Burkhoff with the 6-run lead is just showing off, throwing that curve to start off the sequence here to Versamak. Soft ball over the shortstop's head and down. It's a run-scoring single. Jake Versamak gets the 4th hit for the Evergreens today and scores Nate Langman from third base. 9-4. It's actually a nice piece of hitting because you're playing for contact in that spot. Can't hit a 6-run homer, so just put the ball in play somewhere. That's what Jake Versamak did. Swing and a miss. Back to the hard stuff for Logan George. Can't catch up with that. Express Employment Professionals has locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. expresspros.com. Ball and a strike. I know here at Zaleski Sports, we've got a full summer of American Legion baseball. Some teams will be starting before the week is out? This coming weekend? Yes, sir. A ball and 2 strikes here to Logan George. Curve stays up high, 2-2. I know that I'll see the DC Everest American Legion team post something. They're the Everest Legion team. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's the second out of the inning. Now Pearson McDonald scheduled to bat. The Evergreens use their Legion program a little bit differently than some of the other Legion teams. But the Evergreens are using their Legion team for development to try and get some JV players and some of their returning varsity players some additional at-bats at the end of the high school baseball season. McDonald takes ball 1. And sometimes that hitting is difficult because you play Legion ball, you could be seeing, say, a college freshman coming back to get some innings of work. Strike 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Evergreens have 1 run back here in the top of the 4th, 9-4. One and 2. Coming home, swing and a miss. Tipped back to the catcher's glove, and Pearson McDonald is retired. Second time in a row that Ben Burkhoff has struck out the side. Evergreens get a double and a soft RBI single. Our new score at the end of 3.5. Hudson 9, DC Everest 4 on Zaleski Sports.
Fundraising can be a pain. FundraiseLocal.com is the solution. It's a business based in central Wisconsin that can help your school, club, or city organization raise money while helping our local businesses. FundraiseLocal.com is simple, fun, and great for the community with no door-to-door selling or piles of products sitting around the house. If you are an organization looking to fundraise or a small family-owned business looking for a way to grow by selling your gift cards, products, or services, find out more at FundraiseLocal.com. Shop local, fundraise local, be local.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison, North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
I'm Chris Conley. The Evergreens have made some defensive changes. The Evergreens have a new left fielder. I believe that's Caden Bankston, who pinch hit and will stay in the game and play left. Pearson McDonald is now in the infield. He's the second baseman. So I think the Evergreens are thinking that Logan George may be called on to pitch before this one is done. Logan Cherrick came on, hit a batter, gave up a hit, and then finally got the Evergreens through the bottom of the 3rd inning. The pitching line on the Everest starter, Noah Shimoleski, is not particularly pretty, but you know what? Noah had some not-so-good defense behind him. Pitched 2 1/3 innings, 9 runs, only 4 of them were earned. Surrendered 6 hits, 2 of them were for extra bases. 1 strikeout, no walks, and hit 2 batters. That completes Noah Shimoleski's work. Hope Noah's got a summer of good golf ahead of him. Wyatt Gavin to lead off for Hudson. Evergreens got 1 run back. Had trailed by 6 and now trailed by 5. Evergreens have more to do before we begin to fantasize about a big comeback. Hudson went 3 up, 3 down in the first inning and has scored in each frame since. Logan Cherrick comes home, ground ball to short. Bobbled for a moment, clean play, picked it out. Kyler Soppe throws and retires Wyatt Gavin.
Grounds out to short.
Eli Rambo hit by a pitch and reached on a fielder's choice. There was a time before that movie when Eli's family thought they had a normal last name, right? Just is what it is. Back when we had phone books, I mean, take out the New York City or Chicago phone book, there's a Homer Simpson in there, right? Just normal name until it wasn't. Outside corner, there's a strike. Rambo scored in the 5-run, 11-batter third inning, which made a 4-3 game a 9-3 game. It's outside, a ball and a strike. Foundation Finance says now's your chance to work for a company that really understands growth. Foundation Finance has grown every year since they started in 2012 with great full-time and part-time positions. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. 1-1 pitch is on the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. You can see why the Evergreens are high on Logan Cherrick. Good velocity. Bouncing ball past the third baseman Colin Ebersol. Looks like a hit to me. Posted that way on the scoreboard immediately here at Jack Hackman Field. A 1-out base runner for the Raiders. Eli Ratham, 1 for 2 to hit. Been on base both times. An error and an RBI double over the right fielder's head. You just got to wonder, if you're an Everest fan, if Nate Langdon were healthy, what does this game look like? Finished the season with a 0.19 earned run average, 73 strikeouts. It's just impossible to hit at times. Ball 1 outside to Ratham. Instead, you play with the team you've got. And this Evergreen season, the baseball season has really been shaped by injury. Just a lot of times the Evergreens haven't had what they thought was their regular personnel. Outside corner strike, 1-1. I see over to my right, more and more Smash fans seem to be filling in up the first base side. We already know that their team will play for a trip to state against the winner of this one. The 1-1 pitch coming home, fouled back to the screen, a ball and 2 strikes. Elite Auto Care is where Schofield, Weston, and Wausau turn for local, family-owned auto service you can trust. Major and minor repairs, foreign and domestic vehicles. Elite Auto Care, Schofield Avenue, Schofield. We owe a big thank you to all of our Everest sponsors. They get him at first base. No, they're going to say it came out of the first baseman's glove. Caden Bangstrom's now over at first base. Oscar Latondras started there. Yeah, that runner was picked off. Popped out of the first baseman's glove and rolled in the dirt. First base umpire's closer than all of us. He got it right. 1-2 pitch. Smacked through the left side. It's a 2-out hit for Eli Ratham, and there are runners at first and second.
Ranton singles to left, bringing up number 5, Sam Abrahamson.
Sam Abrahamson hit by a pitch and tripled. Courtesy runner coming out. Hunter Carlson Courtesy runner at second base. We should thank all of our DC Everest sponsors here on Zaleski Sports. This is the first year that Everest Athletics has been a part of the Zaleski Sports family. Well supported by our advertising community, which makes all of these games possible. Third week in August, the athletic department cranks it up again with the start of football. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Everest, for a second year on the road, will open up their season. Week 1 against Green Bay Preble. A game that's been moved not from the Preble campus, but now to Citi Field in Green Bay. Before Lambeau, the original home of the Green Bay Packers. So a historic venue to start the football season. Third week in August. The Evergreens will open on a Thursday night. Fouled back, 1-1. Evergreen's home football opener is week 2 when Chippewa Falls comes calling to Steam Stadium. Count here is no balls and 2 strikes to Abrahamson. 1 out and 2 on. Batter asks for and is granted time. Steps out. You know, it's funny, I've said this during a couple of the high school baseball games. Now that Major League Baseball's on a pitch clock and the pace of play is so sped up, when a high school pitcher works a little slowly, it's not necessarily Logan Cherokee. You're just aware when there's more time between pitches. And there's back-to-back-to-back hits. This is a gapper. 1 run will score. Going to try and score a second. And Hudson builds their lead, 11-4. Double. Abrahamson joins the 2-hit club. He's got 2 extra base hits. Picked up 2 RBI on that hit. He now has a 4 RBI afternoon. Only 1 out. Peyton Lawrence is 1 for 3. Up high, ball 1. Again, since there's only 1 out in the inning, and there's a runner on second base, if Hudson bumps this up to a 14-4 lead, the Evergreens would need a run in their half of the 5th inning to keep the game going. Yeah, there are 10-run rule possibilities that are in play in this game right now. Foul back. Yeah, I said earlier, just what's disappointing is the Evergreens simply haven't played their best today. Too many errors. Evergreens a little thin on their pitching staff here. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Online at mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Mutualofwausau.com. 1-1 pitch. Stays up high, 2-1. We're hoping that a lot of the Everest underclassmen will play American Legion ball, so we'll see them through the month of June and well into July. You just hope the underclassmen come back next spring as more than what they are today. Curve, runners going down to third, safe, and gets into the outfield. Runner's going to score. Stolen base and a throwing error. 12-4. Second time in the game that catcher Andrew Cotter has thrown wildly. Threw into the outfield on a double steal back in the 5-run 3rd inning. 3 more runs in here, 12-4. Bases are empty and the count is 2-1 with 1 out. Evergreens have just had a hard time getting outs in this game. There's a strike, 2-2. Home plate umpire now indicating 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gotcha. Thank you, Blue. Full count to Peyton Lawrence. Hit him. Yeah, the Evergreens have used a lot of makeshift lineups this year. Of their 25 games, they have 11 losses. Here's Hunter Carlson, who was also hit by a pitch earlier in the game, officially 1 for 2. He's been on base twice, single, and hit by a pitch. Can the Evergreens get to 3 outs and still keep this below 10 runs? Strike 1. The last time the Evergreens played here at Jack Hackman Field, it was also in these sectionals. They beat Spash. It was a COVID season, so that was kind of weird. Couldn't shake hands before or after the game. Come out to the baseline and tip your cap, and then the ball game was over. Evergreens played one of the Eau Claire schools after that. Hit and runs on with an 8-run lead and fouled back. Memorial, right. And then the Evergreens were 10-runned in that game. It was an 11-0 game. Like the Evergreens spent everything they had in game 1 and nothing left for the nightcap. Yeah, I've always thought that this is one of the toughest days of baseball to get through. Well, there is one other. I'll tell you about that in a moment after this 0-2 pitch. Inside out swing, well hit. The ballpark won't hold this if it's fair. It is foul. Big long one that went out by the gazebo. The longest foul of the afternoon. And you know what? That ball was in on his hands, too. Hunter Carlson turned on that. How did he hit that ball from that spot that far? Just a loud strike. Logan Sherrick, I think, will think about where to spot this pitch. Hit a bouncing ball by the first baseman and stepping on the bag, Caden Bankston. Bankston was almost surprised that he found that in the webbing of his glove. There's the second out. Runner advances from first to second on putting the ball in play.
Next play at first gets the second out of the inning and brings up number 7, Landon.
Here's Landon Zuli. I've always thought what is the toughest situation in high school playoffs is the first round when you're one of the teams that gets a bye. Because the team that you are playing will have had to have used their best pitcher in the first round just to get you, and there you are sitting with a bye. So you get to throw your best pitcher against your opponent's number 2 pitcher. Like the bye is almost too much of an advantage in high school baseball. Maybe everyone should have to play in the first round. A lot of those games turn out to be blowouts anyway. It's ball 1 to Landon Zuli. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Ours is not to question. If the WIAA guy was sitting next to me, he'd say, you know, we got to get all the games in, and sometimes just that's a struggle. Got the ballpark rented in Appleton, so the state championship rounds need to start on time. Got to get all of our teams there. 2 balls, no strikes. Up high, 3-0. Hudson by 8. And another man in scoring position. Outside, ball 4. Free pass keeps the inning going. Hudson's got 3 more runs in here in the 4th with 3 hits.
The 1-0 3, Jake Busson.
Here's Jake Busson, hit by a pitch, singled, thrown out at the plate. Evergreens have gotten 2 of the outs of that game at home. So Hudson has the 10-run rule runners on base here in the bottom of the 4th. Regardless of what happens in this inning, the Evergreens would get a chance to hit in the 5th. Outside, ball 1. But if Hudson brings these 2 runners around who are on first and second here, they'd have a 10-run lead. And then the possibility of this game not going the distance. Double steal, and both runners will advance. Yeah, Hudson is thinking about how they can bring this game to an early end. You know what, I get the thinking. You'd say normally, well, you're up by 8, so it's bad form to be stealing. But if you can get this game to an early end, the next game's not going to start until 4 o'clock. You've got a little time to regroup. And it's a little bit of a disadvantage to be playing in the middle game rather than playing in the first game and already knowing what's waiting for you in the late afternoon. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. There are 2 outs here. So Hudson's hoping for a hit that brings in 2 and puts them up by 10. Evergreens would like to see Jake Busson retired to bring the inning to a close. .30. Way outside, the bases are full of Raiders. This bases loaded set comes without the benefit of a hit batter, and back-to-back walks. Braden Bezanson, a walk and a single. We're sponsored by Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue, Weston. Left-handed bat, 9th hitter in this inning for Hudson. Again, 9, 11, and now 9 more hitters in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings for Hudson. Bases loaded, 2 outs. For the Evergreens, force at any base. Stays up high. There is nowhere to put Bezanson. He's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Will Logan Sherrick take something off to throw a strike? And what might Bezanson do with it? Long set. 2 balls, no strikes. Taking, and takes a strike. Bezanson flew out to shallow left field his last time up. Sherrick ready to offer a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss inside on the hands. 2-2. Seems like forever ago the Evergreens had a 3-0 lead in this game. Put 3 runs across in the top of the 2nd. Hope springs eternal. Like good teams do, they answer. Hudson answered with 4 runs and took the lead right back in the bottom of the 2nd. Hudson has not looked back since. Up by 8 now with the bases full. That's outside, 3-2. If the inning continues, Wyatt Gavin is scheduled to hit. He is indeed out in the on-deck circle. Full count and nowhere to put him. Outside, walked in a run. Again, all of this, the last 4 base runners have reached without a hit. Hudson has batted around again. This looked like it was going to be a quiet inning. Wyatt Gavin bounced out to begin the bottom of the fourth. Hudson's made some noise since then. Gavin officially 0 for 3. A fielder's choice reached on an error and grounded out to the shortstop. Outside, ball 1. You know what? Bases loaded in high school baseball, I'm almost always taking. Make the pitcher get to strike 1 first. Three consecutive walks issued by Logan Sherrick here. And here's a well-hit ball to left. Going back, and caught at the wall. Keeps it a 9-run game. Boy, we were teased out there. Wyatt Gavin used almost all the ballpark. Hudson leaves the bases loaded, puts 4 more runs across. It's 13-4 when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Well, now, for those of you who were thinking Grand Slam, of course, the home run is not a big part of the high school baseball season. You can go through a season and see a team hit just 2 or 3, right? The wind here blowing a little from left to right. I don't think the wind really helped or hurt. But Wyatt Gavin stood there and looked at that one. Thought that he got all of it. I thought he did too. Here's Andrew Cotter, 0 for 2. Evergreens trailing by 9 as we go on to the top of the 5th. Strike 1. Hudson in the bottom of the 5th inning could bring the game to a close if they can score just 1 run. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrew Cotter, one of the Evergreens players, will be back next year. He's a junior. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Cotter versus Burkhoff. It's a matchup where the pitcher has been in control. Crazy curve there. Backdoored the batter. 3-2. Ball 4. Andrew Cotter gets himself aboard. Again, for a game where the Hudson has the most comfortable of leads, there is a little bit of suspense here. Hudson does not want to give up a run or 2 and make the 10-run rule more difficult. Colin Ebersol is 0 for 2. And the Evergreens want a courtesy runner here. George Jablonski will come out to courtesy run. We heard that too. As Jablonski ran out to first base, someone said he's in the house. I wonder where we've heard that before. It's funny now, this is our first season as DC Everest Sports being a part of our Zaleski Sports family. And when you go out and do the highlights afterwards, all the players know that they got to say, I'm in the house. Chopped off home plate and foul, a strike to Colin Ebersold. Got under this. It's a fly ball on the infield. Second baseman calling and catching, Landon Zuli, has retired Colin Ebersold. Kyler Soppe has struck out in both of his plate appearances today. That's unheard of for Kyler. This is probably the final at-bat for what's been a nice high school book of work at the home plate. Soppe's been a good hitter for the Evergreens. Senior now. Of course, seniors, a week and a half ago, officially became Everest alumni walking across the stage. Hit past the diving first baseman. Kyler Soppe's going to have a hit in what's probably his last high school at-bat. First and second went the other way. Another senior, Preston Miller, to hit. Jablonski, the courtesy runner at second, Soppe at first. Curve bends in for a strike. I wonder, Ben Burkhoff as a lefty probably has the tools to pitch at a higher level than this. I wonder, though, if someone's going to say that curve is not a part of his arsenal unless he throws it differently. Hit the base runner, and the bases are loaded with Evergreens. Nate Langman hit a double his last time. Sliced it down the right field line. Got into the corner. Nate Langman's just a junior, so the Evergreens have him back as their number one pitcher again next season. RBI possibilities here. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Nate Langman hoping for the 9-run home run on that swing. I know, doesn't work that way. Next year, his senior season will be the last year that Nate Langman's going to swing a bat. There's no other level of baseball above this where the pitcher hits. So better enjoy these at-bats and the ones next season, because Nate Langman will focus only on his pitching beyond that. Ground ball to second, off the second baseman's glove, a run-scoring error. 2 come in for the Evergreens. Tremendous number of unearned runs in this ballgame. Has not looked like sectional semifinal baseball at all. 13-6. Caden Bangston hits now. Stays up high, ball 1. Yeah, Hudson was hoping for an early end, and with the 2 runs coming in, just seems more likely that we may go a full 7. Fly ball, shallow right field. Second baseman back to make the catch, Landon Zuli. Error before, and the second out of the inning there. Jake Versamak singled his last time up. Versamak's a junior, so here's one of the players the Evergreens are counting on to be productive next year. Looking up at the scorers table, and Burkhoff has just reached his 100th pitch. Pitching change required here for Hudson. Burkhoff stands to be the winning pitcher. We'll tell you about Zach Jolhide, who has come out of the bullpen and will take over when we come back after this pitching change break on Zaleski Sports.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back. The new Hudson pitcher turns out to be Sam Abrahamson, who's taking his warm-up tosses. Sam was the starting third baseman for Hudson. Takes over for Ben Burkhoff, who worked 4 2/3 innings. There are 2 outs here. Of the 6 runs the Evergreens have in this ballgame, only one of them is earned. Jake Versamak ready to hit. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. 13-6. Yeah, the teams that go this deep in the tournament are all pitching rich. Spash always just seems to have a cupboard full of good pitchers from one season to the next. See who they have available for Game 2 at 4 o'clock. Sure looks like they'll be playing Hudson, although you do have to get all the outs, and we're not there yet. Jake Versamak is 1 for 2. First pitch, slicing to right field, right at Wyatt Gavin. 1 pitch, and the inning is over. Evergreens get 2 runs. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. 13-6 Hudson on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
New pitcher for the Evergreens, Cole O'Brien, comes in here in the bottom of the 5th inning. O'Brien's only a sophomore, so the Evergreens are using this as an experience-building spot for O'Brien. Made more starts for the JV than for the varsity. Logan Cherrick works 1 1/3 innings. Logan Cherrick works 1 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 hits. No strikeouts, 3 walks for Logan today, and hit a batter. And give you the pitching line now for Ben Burkhoff, the Hudson lefty, who stands to be the winning pitcher, worked 4 2/3 innings before running up to his 100 pitch count. 6 runs, only 1 earned. Gave up 5 hits. 9 strikeouts, 2 walks for Burkhoff, and he hit a batter. The bottom third of the Hudson order has been productive today. Between them, Rambo, Ratham, and Abrahamson have 5 hits. Not too shabby. Hudson has scored in every inning since the first. 4 runs in the second, 5 in the third, where 11 Raiders came to bat, and then 4 more in the fourth. If they score 3 runs in this inning, it would bring the game to a close under the 10-run rule. Up high, ball 1 from Cole O'Brien. I don't know, if you're an Everest senior, you want to play all 7 innings, right? Sure you do. It's Hudson who would like to bring the game to an early end, get themselves ready for the sectional finals. Rambo is 1 for 2. On base, all 3 plate appearances. Hit by a pitch, reached on a fielder's choice, and singled. It's a ball and a strike here. A ball and 2 strikes. Culligan Water says get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water online, CulliganH2O.com. CulliganH2O.com. 1-2 pitch, fouled back. Down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coming home at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Up high, count goes full. Cole O'Brien overthrew there. Nice to be up in the very cool and comfortable press box here in Marshfield. When we would come over to do DC Everest games before Marshfield built their on-campus fields. Let's see, Marshfield's hometown radio station, WDLB, would be doing the games here. I'd do the games from field level. Leadoff walk here in the 5th. So Rambo's aboard. Do the games right from beyond the DC Everest dugout. I tell them you'll hear. I'll tell you when to hit and run. Just listen. Hit him. No, foul ball. Yeah, that's what we heard up here, right? Like it hit the handle of the bat. Home plate umpire immediately indicated no base, foul ball. So that's a pretty hard strike for Eli Rantham. Game-ending run stands in the on-deck circle with no one out here in the bottom of the 5th. It's up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. For years, it seemed like when Everest would come over here to play at Jack Hackman Field, again, Marshfield plays on their campus now, those were always weird games. High-scoring games, strange things would happen, a lot of runs. Line drive, it's down in front of the Everest right fielder, Jake Versimak. Just seems like the carousel's been spinning the entire game when Hudson's been at the plate. Imperial Industries says when you join the team at Imperial Industries, you're joining a family. The leading manufacturer of welded tanks and silos, vacuum tanks and trucks. Apply today and take advantage of an extensive benefits package, competitive pay, and a family atmosphere at Imperial Industries. Sam Abrahamson, who's now pitching for Hudson, down low, wild pitch will move the runners up. Rambo moves up to third base. Rantham moves up to second. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . This is a good venue to host the sectionals. A lot of seating here. Centrally located, too, so you got teams coming over from the western part of the state. No big deal. Not the worst drive. Strike to Sam Abrahamson. The kind of strike that you get in a 13-6 game. Evergreens are playing the infield in, trying not to have their season end on a 10-run rule game. 2 balls and 1 strike. O'Brien's the third pitcher used by the Evergreens today. Checked his swing, did not go, stayed up high. The appeal saw it the way I did. 3-1. Inside out swing and fouled back. Count goes full. Nobody out. Abrahamson at the plate represents the 10 run in this game, 10th run. And Hudson would like to bring him all the way around and have an early conclusion. Up high, bases are full. 2 walks and a hit. Evergreens have given up way too many free passes in this game. Seven walks. Peyton Lawrence, top of the batting order. Lawrence is hitting for a 5th time. Infield stays in with the bases loaded. Ball 1. O'Brien's got nowhere to put Lawrence. Line drive, hit. Let's see how many come in here. 1, 2. Hudson is going to hold that 10th run that could have given them a 10-run lead at third base. Peyton Lawrence with a 2 RBI single. Well hit on a line. Lawrence joins the 2-hit club for the afternoon. Here is Hunter Carlson. 15-6 with a runner at third base. If that runner, Sam Abrahamson, comes around to score, the ball game is over, and the season comes to an end for the Evergreens. Everest plays the infield in. They're going to try and cut down that runner at third base. Down low, wild pitch, didn't get far enough away. Runner retreats. So it looks like Stevens Point versus Hudson for a trip to state. Spash fans, stand by. Your game begins at 4 o'clock. Strike, ball and a strike now. I believe I'm supposed to tell all of our Zaleski Sports viewers that we will close out this broadcast. And then the sectional finals, Spash and Hudson, will be a second start. Fly ball, this should do it. To the outfield, caught. The runner is tagging at third base and will come home. A 10-run rule victory for Hudson, 16-6. Sacrifice fly for Hunter Carlson to left field brings the ball game to a close. Congratulations to Hudson. 16 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors. Evergreens 5 runs, 5 hits. 6 runs, 5 hits, and 5 errors for the Evergreens. Why don't we take a quick break and we will congratulate the DC Everest seniors who wrap up their high school baseball careers with this loss at the sectional semifinals. Hudson advances 16-6 with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Up next, the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy, Marshfield, Curtis, or online, NasonvilleDairy.com. Back after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right. Welcome back to Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, where the sectional finals are now set. Hudson advances to play Stevens Point with a 16-6, 10-run game rule victory for the Raiders. They've ended the DC Everest season. My name's Chris Conley. Hudson with 16 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors. They left 9 men on base. The Evergreens with 6 runs on 5 hits, 5 errors, and 4 runners left on base. We congratulate the DC Everest baseball class of 2023 who have played their final baseball game today. Noah Shimoleski, the starting pitcher who takes the loss. Kyler Soppe, one of the Evergreens' best hitters. Evergreens starting second baseman today. And the Evergreens' Preston Miller, starting center fielder. Congratulations. Best wishes to all of you. Hope to see you during the American Legion baseball season. The Evergreens close out their year with 14 wins and 12 losses. Hudson gets their 22nd win of the season against just 4 defeats. Again, join us here on Zaleski Sports a little after 4 o'clock. Let's see. Yeah, it's just after 3, so the 4 o'clock game is not going to start on time. We're thinking around 4:15 or around 4:20. A trip to state will be on the line when Spash plays Hudson. Repeating our final score here in the semifinals, Hudson defeats DC Everest 16-6. That wraps up our Zaleski Sports coverage. Thank you for joining us. Safe ride home, Everest fans. I'm Chris Conley. Good afternoon, everybody.